Hey, welcome back. It's your guy, All Family, and this is the My Favorite Character edition. Yes, and my favorite character is Iron Man, indeed. Yep, and that's what we're gonna be talking about today. This is not necessarily a review of Iron Man. This is just, me just expressing my love for my favorite character in the game. Anyway, we're going through his uniforms. The Civil War by far the best. I do say there will be another uniform coming soon. I'm pretty sure. So it's Iron Man. He has a lot of suits, so you can always look forward to extra uniforms. Kind of like a Cap, with Captain America. But anyway, pretty straightforward on the gear. Pretty straightforward. Leadership used to be pretty good, but over time, it is what it is. Still could be useful. Has a very interesting passive, 4-star passive, 5% to energy. His T2 passive is good. If they rebalance him, maybe they could do something with the passive. With the 4-star passive, maybe enhance it from 5 to 15, like they did with Doc Ock's 4-star passive. His physical, he gets a physical attack buff from 5, and then it goes from 5 to 15. So they could probably do something like that. Anyway, now you could tell this is my favorite character because I unlocked all his slots for the ISOs. So I used to play with start backing a lot more because it kind of helped out with his survivability. That's why I had recovery rate on his 3rd gear, but kind of moved from that. I went to Power Angry Hulk. I think that's the best one for all the iron suits. I had Hawkeye on them, but I only had that because I had changed the card and lost some skill cooldown, so I had to make up for that for the time being. But anyway, we got ignore defense, damage proc 140. Pretty good stuff. If I want to be a little more PvP with him, I could put this one right here to kind of synchronize that with the start backing. He is invincible Iron Man. He should probably have an invincibility obelisk. Go figure. But anyway, those are the stats. We'll come back to those by the end of the video. But let's pair them up and let's do what we always do, which is take these characters in a 12-1 against Hela. I always think that's a good matchup, Yeah, let's see what's going on. Yeah, looking pretty good here. Alright. So, Iron Man is my favorite character in the game, and I say that truly because it's like from the beginning of the game, from when I started playing, like he's who I ran through all the missions, even the 12, even the chapters 11 and 12. I ran this with Doctor Strange, Thor, and Iron Man. So pretty impressive. I like this character though. It's just I don't know, it's my playing style. That's why it would be kind of cool to see what other uniforms we do get, but he is lacking survivability, and you don't have to take my word for that. We all know that, but it's like I don't know, it's kind of ridiculous. It kind of doesn't make sense because he actually is a strong character. His attack stat is pretty, it could get up there. You know what I mean? So it's not that he's not strong, and he actually could take a hit, to be honest. But it's more along the lines he doesn't have like his kit is kind of outdated, and that's the problem with a couple of a few of the characters in Marvel Future Fight. Their kits are just outdated. It's from a different time of the game. You know what I'm saying? Where there was no damage immunity or damage invincibility or like self buffs or guards or things like that. You know what I'm saying? Like things like that wasn't really around. Iframes, you know what I mean? Um, so things as simple as guard break, was like, something you had to worry about. You know what I'm saying? So, but I never had a problem doing any content with Ironman personally. Um, we'll talk a little bit more about his rotation and all that in a minute. But as you can see, we only had to switch out once to get that hill from A1, which I thought was pretty interesting. You know what I'm saying? Since Ironman's fast, you could take advantage of that and kind of kite around. Word. It just would be good if he had, a triggerable immunity, or maybe like an extra iframe, like on his missile barrage when he flies up. That should be an iframe, simple. When he's in the air, that's just an iframe when he's in the air. That would make a big difference. You know what I'm saying? To his rotation, a big difference into his survivability. Because the crash landing skill is actually a great skill, and it does give him way more survivability than he had prior to that. You know what I'm saying? So that's why that suit is so valuable. But one iframe, is not enough. And then even though it's a full iframe when you're in the air, it is a quick iframe. You know what I'm saying? And it's like a single damage, a single hit move. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like, it's not like he's he's going up there, coming down, going back up, doing something else. You know what I'm saying? It's just up, down, boom. But it is very useful. It's very useful. And it does feel more like Ironman. You know what I'm saying? But we need that. That Mirage. Excuse that. That missile barrage should definitely be an iframe. Definitely. Definitely. Now, as you can see, we're not really getting hit with him. We're not really getting hit. So, you can play perfectly with Ironman, but we have to be realistic. Not all of the content in the game is like is on the level of Corvus and World Boss. Some of them get harder. There's skills are more dynamic, things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? So like in the PvP setting, it'd be different. Me going up against somebody's actual Corvus that they built, it might be a little different. But word, as you can see, you can't play perfectly. So it's not that his kit is bad. It's just it's outdated. And it feels outdated compared to other characters. But what we're gonna do right now is I'm gonna show some clips from trying out World Boss Ultimate by Ironman. Just wanted to see what I could do, and it was pretty impressive, to be honest. But this is what I'm saying with the extra iframes and things, with just a little bit more pizzazz to his kit. He probably could do some. You probably could do this with Ironman like this. You know what I'm saying? You probably could do this with Ironman. That was team 1. This is team 2. Hulkbuster very impressive. Now the strategy here was Hulkbuster has the damage invincibility. No, I think it's immunity. One of the two. He has the damage immunity for 5 seconds. So, and it's every 20 seconds. So it's every 15 seconds. You know. So what you do, you go in, do some damage, come out, bring Ironman, do some damage, swap out, swap back to Hulkbuster, and we was doing pretty good, as you can see. We got pretty far, got that hill at the end. We did pretty good, but once again, that survivability is missing. I threw Ironheart in here for the same strategy, her damage immunity, just to buy time, because like I said, Ironman is very strong. Very strong. Very strong. You always want to use that fourth skill first to proc his damage. His damage buff. Always want to do that, so that it's always timed with it. You know what I'm saying? Hulkbuster is a beast. Beast. But we need all three of them, because all three of them together, they could do it. But I'm not able to play too aggressive because, lack of survivability. I should have swapped out there. I should have changed up. If I had like 200 damage procs, I think that would be better, right? Yo, A1 with the clutch hills, though. Word. Enough of that. That was fun, though. It was fun doing that. It was interesting just to see, like, how far I was able to get, Yeah, this guy clearly didn't have a maxed out Ebony Maw, right? We got that one for sure. Easy. Damage is crazy. It's nuts. It's really nuts, though. But yeah, that's the rotation. That's the rotation right there that I try to do. I go in with the 1, pop the 4. I go in because they're going close. With the 1, it's like that skill is cool because it brings you, it brings you close into the target. And I kind of feel like the missile barrage probably, I think it has like a shotgun effect where, like, if you're close up, it does like more damage. So I always try to like do that skill directly, like in the enemy's face. You know what I'm saying? If you notice. So I always go 1. Watch. I'm gonna show you right now. What? I ain't go 1 that time. But if you want to skip 1, I say 4, 5, 2, 1, and then 3, and then 4, 5, 2. You know what I'm saying? Best way to do it. Or you could go 1, 3, 4, and then by the time you're done with that, 4 should be back. 2 should be back. So then 2, and then 1, 5, and then 2, 1, 4. You know what I'm saying? 1, 2, 4. It's kind of like in reverse. That's another kind of another rotation. Cause it's kind of like keeps you in iframe, Kite around a little bit. But yeah, very fun character, as you can see, fun to play. We just got to get that uniform, his Marvel Now uniform, the Prime armor, like Riri, then it's going down, you know what I'm saying? But that was my favorite character addition. I hope you enjoyed the video. We'll catch you in the next one.